I may have to revise my betting system regarding the Texans. You know, the one where I roll with Nick the Clone and I pick them no matter what the spread is, no matter who they play, no matter where they are. Might have to rethink that one. Now, that's not in any way, shape, or form anything against Nick the Clone, who I still trust implicitly. And I still think that Houston is fielding a very talented team because of Nick the Clone. He put it together. A team that came very close to winning that game last night against another very talented team. The Texans came very close to beating a good team, even though they were clearly way below their best. Except, very close is not good enough, is it? Nick the Clone would be the very first one to tell you that. Very close did not cover the spread last night for either the head or I. We would be the first to tell you that. And when I say very close, all Houston had to do was stop a desperate 4th and 10 scramble on that final drive, get the hell off the field, make a play, get out of there with a win. Maybe an ugly win, but a hard-fought win and a win nonetheless. And 1-1 feels a hell of a lot different than 0-2. Except, and it was right there for them, except they let this happen. Actually, Baker made this happen.
Pressure off the edge. Mayfield steps through. And he's tripped up with a first down by Gardner Johnson.
Of course, Baker evaded the blitz with the game on the line, stepped up into the open space, did a flying somersault midfield to keep that game alive. I mean, I'd expect no less from this dude, my dude. Nobody should ever be surprised by Baker Mayfield anymore. I know I'm definitely not. I haven't been for quite some time. How many times do I have to say that Baker's got that dog in him? How many times do I have to explain that this dude just exudes it and toughness and football IQ? Man, my man not only exudes it, he exudes it in the highest leverage, biggest pressure situations that there are. The guy loves it. He lives for it. Not only is he not afraid of it, he wants it, which is why the Bucs just became the first team in NFL history to win their first 2 games by scoring game-winning touchdowns in the final minute of both games. First time. So at this point, calling Baker a winner is not a take. It's just a fact. And he doesn't just win, he produces too. He's got the most TD passes and the second most passing yards in the NFL since he joined the Bucs, which is why it cracks me up when anybody tries to doubt this guy anymore. Although I'll admit the list of doubters shrinks every single time this guy walks on the field. Pretty soon, Andrew Berry is going to be all alone on that list of Baker doubters. Hey, by the way, Cleveland, you think maybe you could use a QB with the most TD passes in the NFL since the start of the 2023 season? Cleveland, you think maybe you might be able to find a spot for a guy who's crazy clutch and crazy tough and is a natural-born leader and winner? Oh, that's right, Browns. You already told us you don't want that. You had no need for that. You would much rather pay a creep $250 million to suck and then not even play. And no, I'm never going to stop bringing that up because it is the funniest thing ever. Well, unless you're a Browns fan, then probably not that amusing. Oh, by the way, Cleveland, remember Nick Chubb. Good to see my man get loose. Good to see Nick get loose and into the end zone in a huge spot last night. Look at Nick. How do you not feel good for that guy? How do you not feel good for that guy? Maybe he did a great job. Maybe a little too good of getting loose and getting in the end zone because what he did was leave Baker more than 2 minutes to work with. I'm not blaming Chubb for anything at all. I'm just pointing out that if he didn't score so quickly, maybe the Bucs don't get all the way up the field. Maybe the Bucs don't find themselves in a situation where they've got 2nd and goal at the Houston 2 with 9 seconds left and 2 timeouts to burn. See, I got another problem with that too. 2nd and goal from the 2, 9 seconds left, 2 timeouts to burn. What do you think they're going to do there? This is one of my biggest criticisms with Houston from last night. How do you let them run this in? Just literally run it right in.
Hot and in motion. They are going to run it. And
of course they were going to run it. That's my
no
whole
signal
point.
yet.
Who didn't know that they weren't going to run it? Or that they were going to run it? 2 timeouts, 9 seconds, ball on the 2. They were going to run it. What did the Texans think they were going to do there? It's second down. 2 timeouts, 9 seconds from the 2-yard line, and both Tampa running backs were having nights. Great nights. Especially White, who just happened to be in the backfield on that play. Has there ever been a more obvious run? And yet Houston let them run it straight in. That was pretty frustrating to watch with that game on the line and some coin on Houston. That was disappointing. Frankly, I got to say, so was C.J. Stroud. Not bad. Just disappointing. C.J. missed some throws that were definitely there that he generally would not miss. C.J. to me looked out of sorts, and he looked uncomfortable again for a lot of the night. And we all know why that is. Because he's not getting the protection that he needs. And it's clearly impacting his rhythm and his confidence and everything else. So there are issues with the Texans. But I'll say again, they came within 9 seconds of winning nonetheless. They were a desperate 4th and 10 conversion away from winning that game anyway, against a damn good team with a damn good quarterback, who is not only as competitive as any dude in the league, but to me, as hilarious and entertaining as any player in the league right now. How about that moment when it seemed like Baker literally shredded his knee, just blew out his ACL? And I'm thinking, oh no. Yet there he is a second later, jumping up and in carjack Gardner Johnson's face. That to me was an all-time Baker moment. That right there was Baker in a nutshell.
Mayfield goes by Petrie and gets the first down. Brought down from behind. And Mayfield's hurt.
No, he's not.
And then gets in the face of C.J. Gardner Johnson.
Hurt or in Carjack's grill? I mean, he looked hurt. He absolutely looked hurt. I mean, look at him. Grabbing right at his knee or the Achilles or the ankle. Oh, wait, there's Carjack, who's been in my grill the entire night. And I just made a play. It's incredible. It's like the guy straight up runs on the craziest rocket fuel ever. It's like as soon as he heard barking from Carjack, he was miraculously cured and right back to running smack. My potentially shredded knee can wait, but this smack cannot. Thankfully, Baker seems fine, and check him out continuing the smack in the postgame when talking about his 4th and 10 heroics.
Yeah, me and my buddy Chauncey in the open field. Yeah, just obviously they did a good job adding on the press. It wasn't like a all-out zero blitz, but when the back blocks, the backer and man coverage adds on. So fortunately, was able to get out of that one and get through. And then, yeah, just seeing green grass and 4th down with 2-minute drive, trying to do anything it takes to get a chance to win.
Like, and what? What? Nothing I haven't done before. Nothing I won't do again. He just pleased Carjack. Dude's like, yeah, me and my buddy Carjack in the open field. Psst. Little head shake, eye roll, eye contact with the camera. Then he goes on to finish his answer. Those two are going at it all night. Because neither of those two dudes ever back down. Baker never backs down. Because Baker never backs down from anything. Look, it was far from perfect, but all in all, a really impressive performance from Baker and the Bucs once again, which is why once again for the 5th year in a row, they're 2-0 to start the season. Now, the Kalijah Cansey pec injury is going to hurt for sure. He's done for the year. That actually is devastating for Tampa. But aside from that, the Bucs should be feeling really good about where they are right now. I wish I could say the same about my Texans, but I can't. Not at this point. There's nothing great about 0-2. But I would not give up on NTC. I still believe in the talent on this team. I'm not going to lie. I will say this. I'm just going to be real. I'm starting to question the head coach for the first time since he got there. I'm not off D'Amico completely either. Far from it. But for the first time, I do have questions. Thankfully, Houston has Jacksonville and Tennessee up next to get right. But they better get right. Overcoming 0-2 is doable. They've done that already. 0-3 with a loss to the Jags in a must-win game might not be doable. You lose to the Jags in a must-win game when you're 0-2 to drop to 0-3, and you got some major, major problems, I think. So they got to get right, and they got to get right fast.